Well, good morning, people out there, 12s and whoever might be watching this early time in the morning. This is kind of a random post. I am here and on my way to a job on 405 northbound. And for those of you guys who are from around here, and what's up, Productions, Alex, wow, you guys are on here quick. If you guys are from here, you know that the viaduct over in downtown Seattle, which is kind of on the waterfront side, just got closed before the weekend. And so now traffic has been particularly bad at this time of the morning, pretty much everywhere. Normally I'm just working out of home, but this week's a busy week doing some production jobs. Happened yesterday. I got about 3 hours of sleep the night before. Last night I got about 2 hours of sleep. I'm running on 5 hours of sleep in the last 24 hours, 48 hours. So I was falling asleep actually going up this freeway, and I thought, man, I need to do something to wake me up. And I thought, what better thing than to go live on YouTube? That'll get me awake. So here I am, and you know, I've got about another 30 minutes or so before I get to my destination, depending on how fast this thing moves. So I figure let's just shoot the you-know-what, see what's going on. Heading up to, somebody asked where am I going? Heading up to Bothell, which is a little bit further north, past Kirkland. You gotta be local to know what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's about, normally it's about an hour, 45 minutes, hour drive from my house. Anyway, I had to catch up on my football after go stop at Starbucks as van something. It looks like mornings aren't my thing. You know, normally I actually get up pretty early most days, but I usually at least get a few hours of sleep. You know, if I get 5 or 6, I'm doing pretty good, but to get 5 or 6 in 2 days is not good. It's just been one of those days where it was a combination of, had to get up at, 4 in the morning, but I also had to finish some projects as well, and it's just all coming together. It's good to be busy, but man, it's been taxing. And I'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully get a little more sleep tonight, but we'll see. Football. I haven't talked much about what's been going ever since the Seahawks got ousted from the playoffs. So we're down to the final 4. So it's going to be either, well, we got the NFC Championship, the Rams against the Saints, and we've got the Patriots against the Chiefs. It's kind of interesting how it all played out with all the different teams that were coming in, trying to, in the wild card round, a bunch of the home teams got knocked out. With the exception of ours, actually, almost every other team that was on the road won. The Colts, the who else? The Ravens. Yeah, the Ravens lost, and then the Eagles moved on. What am I missing? You can see I thought this out really well before I started this. The point is, we had a ton of road teams. Oh yeah, and then the Chicago Bears losing at heartbreaker. Man, I haven't talked about that game, but geez, to lose, it was bad enough for the Seahawks to lose the way we did, technically by the difference of a field goal or less, kind of when it comes down to it. But when it comes down to the final kick to win the game or lose the game, we've been on the other end. We've been on both ends of that, actually. We've won a few games on a last-minute kick, and we've lost some games on last-minute kicks, but, probably none more dramatic than when Blair Walsh, when he was with the Vikings, pulled that thing wide left and sent the Seahawks to the divisional round. This one had to be worse for Chicago, just because I think Chicago fans were really feeling like they were, this was their year, had a really good year, finishing top of their division, hosting, the playoff game, and And really, they had their way in that game, but just could not stop the Eagles when it came down to it. And then that final kick, he actually made it. He made the practice one when the timeout was called, thinking, you think, oh, well, he made it. He's got, he's got the feel now. He's got a practice one in, so this should be fine. And then to miss it, hitting the upright and the crossbar. You know how hard that is to do? I bet he could try that kick 500 times and he would never hit both bars. You can hit one, possible, and he made it happen. Fractions that have to, of an inch that change the direction of the ball is crazy. So anyway, so Seahawks fans thought we had it bad. Chicago fans got a lot worse. So, but you know what? Every team that ends up losing and not making it to the final, to the Super Bowl, and even the team that loses in the Super Bowl ends up being just as miserable as the teams that came, that lost in the wild card or the divisional round, for that matter. I know, we've been there. We've been as close as you can get to winning a second one, and as painful as possible. So, Patriots, Chiefs, Rams, Saints. I'm not gonna really say my prediction. Maybe I will. This is what I'm hoping to see, and I'm sure I speak for a lot of people here. Anybody but the Patriots, please. Obviously, we got one choice. It's got to be the Kansas City Chiefs. San Diego didn't show up going into Kansas City, so it's got to be the Chiefs. And a Chiefs. And I've got to go with the Saints, just because, well, they're playing at home. They haven't lost at home on the playoffs in years. So I'm figuring it's going to be probably the Chiefs beating the Patriots. That's no automatic, but I would like to see the Chiefs and the Saints. I think that would be all right with that. To see your division rival go into being in the Super Bowl would be, it's tough. I don't care if people say that, oh, it's good for the division, it's only good for you. I don't know. I really don't buy into the whole, well, if someone goes to the Super Bowl in your division, it makes your division better. Not really. I guess show me how that makes sense. But it's only good for the team that got there. They look at everybody else and go, Seahawks were one and done. 49ers stunk and stink. The Arizona Cardinals stink. I mean, does the Rams going to the Super Bowl really make things any better for those other teams? I don't think so. I really don't see it. The only advantage there is if the Rams go further, they drop further in the draft. So that gives them, lesser draft ranking. So that's probably the only advantage from a divisional standpoint. But I guess between the two teams, I like Drew Brees. He's a good guy. He's a good community leader. He's not annoying like some quarterbacks in the past have been. Not saying that Jared Goff's annoying. He's all right, but he's one of those, he's a rival. So yeah. So I guess I've got to be leaning towards seeing the Saints in this one. But yeah, just the Patriots, man, how they figure out how to get it done. 8 straight championship appearances. That's insane. In a league where salary caps and parity are highly, encouraged, and the system is built to not have teams carry on year after year to be in a postseason contention is pretty amazing. I have to give them that. Even in a year where they weren't even that good this year, a lot of bad losses this year. Weren't dominating like they have been in some years. Still found a way to be the number 2 seed. But now they got to go into Kansas City, and that'll be fun to watch, because I understand that there's going to be an Arctic chill going through the Midwest, and we're talking that game in Kansas City could be sub-zero temperatures for the Chiefs-Patriots game. So I don't know if there'll be snow, but it's going to be damn cold. So that'll be fun to see. I'd love to see see me some snow in that action, but it's probably unlikely that we're gonna. Actually, I don't know. I haven't seen the weather report. I just heard it's gonna be really cold. I was trying to figure, man, when it's that cold, I've never been in sub-zero temperatures, so I don't even know what it feels like. I'm sure some of you guys have been, but when it's that cold, I mean, how do the refs even blow their whistles? You know, I mean, wouldn't your tongue freeze like a Christmas Story? Wouldn't your tongue freeze trying to, you know, when you make contact with your whistle? Because, you know, whistle gets wet with saliva, and it's gonna, you know, at that temperature it's gonna freeze. How do they blow their whistles? You know, and you think about it. You know, the players get to when they're on the bench, they got those heated, you know, the heaters and all that kind of stuff on the sidelines to at least try to help you out. But the referees, man, they're out in the field the whole time. They don't get any respite from the cold. Not that I'm feeling sorry for them or anything. No, actually, I'm feeling sorry for them. That would kind of suck, you know? It's like if you're on the officials crew, you're like, I don't know how they decide which game they go to. I'm sure they're going, come on, please, Superdome, New Orleans, Superdome, Superdome. Ah, damn, I gotta go to Kansas City. Where do I go shopping for some Arctic clothing? That's gonna be interesting. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what that's gonna look like. But New England is no stranger to cold weather, so I don't expect that to be a major factor in affecting their ability to do what they do. But Kansas City does have a very strong home field advantage, but they can be beat. They were beaten by the Chargers in the regular season, and they stunk it up in that divisional round for some reason. But you know, that's how it's gonna go down. So that'll be a fun game to watch. But yep, that is kind of what's going down. Looking forward to seeing what this is going to look like. But man, pretty exciting games there. Some of them were pretty lousy, but you know that Philadelphia Eagles Saints game was pretty a lot closer than I think anybody expected it to be. I think Philadelphia jumped out in a 14-0 lead, and man, they looked like they were poised to make that magical final game-winning drive with 2 minutes remaining, and ball went through Alshon Jeffrey's hands and an interception. And sure, lots of hearts breaking over in Philadelphia, but they are out. Couldn't pull it off. The Foles magic was done. But gotta admit, though, they did a hell of a lot better in New Orleans with Foles at quarterback than they did when Wentz was in there, because they got their butts kicked during the regular season. So interesting quarterback situation to see as the Eagles move forward. What to do with Nick Foles? What to do with Nick? All right, I'm getting close, kind of. Anyway, this helped. This helped wake me up just a little bit. I was starting to like doze off and stuff, but I'm good now. So, all right, I'm gonna sign off here. Get to my destination, but I hope you guys are having a good week. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will talk again sometime soon as the championship weekend comes up. But I appreciate you guys. I posted a video that you guys got me to the 30,000 mark, which is a huge milestone for me. I'm very grateful for that, because I've been stuck in the 20s for a long time. So it's nice to be hitting that 30 mark. And now the next goal is get the next one. 40, then 50. Eventually, I'd love to get to 100. That would be so awesome. But gotta do the work. Gotta keep posting, and I'm gonna try to keep doing that as this year moves along and in the off season. So thanks for watching this little video. Thanks for keeping me awake.